We know Pod Save America. They're like Obama speechwriters, right? I actually don't listen to Pod Save America, but I will actually give them the Morning Joe recommendation. Like I would, like if you like, I actually think they're Morning Joe level. Like put back on me in the
for
comments.
podcasts, for podcasts, yes.
If you guys think, like, I'm not talking about like in terms. I'm talking about in terms of how efficient they are at spreading propaganda. Like you guys see, we look at like the Gen Z Zoomer kids that was for Biden. They are horrible propagandists. I think David Pacman, horrible propagandist. Like he is horrible at what he do. That's my opinion. Pod Save America, they are effective Democratic propaganda, and I don't watch them because I guess I don't listen to liberal podcasts, right? But I'll put them in the same category more than Joe. They're a good way to see what the Democrats are saying. That's why if you're an anti-establishment person who want to debunk the neoliberal and Democratic Party talking points, it's good to watch them to see what they're saying. I get these motherfuckers because I'm one step ahead of these people because I already know they're talking points. They have no idea what our talking points is, but I know everything you're going to say. And even on the Bernie campaign, I used to kill these people because of that. Because I used to watch anti-Bernie shit all the time. So I would know what you say before you even say it. So I think that's the benefit of knowing the messaging that comes from not just Pod Save America, but from the right as well. So we want, as a proletariat, instead of just being dumb leftists, like the Marianne Williamson left, like the Bernie Sanders left and others, we are one step ahead of these motherfuckers. We know exactly what they're going to say, and we're ahead of them. And that's the culture of the proletariat that RBN is trying to manufacture, instead of the dumb left that the anti-conspirans want to manufacture, correct? So Pod Save America reacts to Dr. Cornel West. And I have a poll after this, and this part of the story. We can merge them. Dr. Cornel West is at 5%, 6% in the poll.
It's amazing.
I don't want to spoil it too much, so we can save our analysis. But that is exactly what we're waiting for our third party movement. Dr. Cornel West immediately already way more impactful than RFK and Marianne Williamson. Actually, I do think RFK has them shaking too. I won't front. I think RFK. I think RFK is having an impact. But this third party shit is a way bigger threat because RFK stands no chance for the primary. They just know they gotta have to rig it more openly. They like when they say RFK, they're like, damn, this is gonna be bad PR. It's gonna be, but it's not a threat to the power. It is inconvenient. But having a third party movement sprung up that can possibly get federal funding, even if they deny, because people say, I saw people respond to me, even Dr. Cornel West get 5%, they're gonna deny him. Even if you get 15%, they will deny on debate stage. That's great PR for our movement.
Yeah.
There's nothing better for us as a movement to show people that this process is illegitimate than for us to get a third party, get 15%, and they deny us on the debate stage.
To me, that's the goal. Yeah. To me, that's the goal. Getting to the debate stage, to me, is not the goal. To me, the goal is pushing the Green Party further along as an viable outside party. That's the goal. And I think, Nick, that's why it's, like I said, along with Biden's polling, along with Trump, all the stuff that Trump has gone through, he is still like up there. Even with these charges, Republicans are sticking with him. His polls within the Republican Party has gone up. So, and then you have Cornel West drop in. They're like, damn, because they could control Marianne Williamson and RFK. They can go, hey, we just rig our primaries and get these fuckers out of here. But with the Green Party, there's a lot more they got to do, and they're going to take a lot more hits. They're going to be taking people to court, and they're going to be called out for not being with democracy. So that's the first thing they're going to be doing, and then they're going to be vote shaming, and that's what Pod Save America talks about here. So let's listen to the clip. It's very short. Case Study QB clip. Shout out Case Study QB. Here we go.
If the people who voted for Jill Stein, just Jill Stein, in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania had voted for Hillary instead, Donald Trump would have never become president.
This is, I gotta address, because this is one of my pet peeves. They act like for example, take Nick and I. We're Green Party voters. We wouldn't vote for Jill Stein if she's on the ballot. Nick, what are you gonna do if Jill Stein is not on the ballot in that year? What would you vote for Hillary? I would not. I would just not vote for her. So this is such a psyop of those people would just automatically vote as if those are Democratic voters. And this is why they use words like siphoning, take it away, like we're extracting it from the Democratic Party. These are just brand new voters who would not participate if not for a Green Party person on the ballot, and that's how I see it.
It's a shame that this even had to be explained to them. Play that part again, because it's only 9 seconds. Play that part again for so you guys can hear it again. Because this logic is so absurd. Play the first 9 seconds again.
If the people who voted for Jill Stein, just Jill Stein, in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania had voted for Hillary instead, Donald Trump would have never become president.
So this is unbelievably absurd. Because you see how they assume that Green Party voters are aligned with the Democratic Party?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think, based on just this show, let alone, it's like if you're a new viewer, let alone if you know what anything else I've done, how aligned do you think politically I am to Joe Biden? I am that far away from Joe Biden I am as Donald Trump. So the idea that I will vote for Hillary Clinton, let's use their example, Hillary Clinton. I voted for Jill Stein in 2016. Even before I was a fucking Marxist, I wasn't a socialist back then. I just said, hell, fuck no. Fuck no. Even before I learned theory, I was an educator. I was like, fuck no. No way. Your guys' values are so different from mine. The idea that I would join your party is absurd, and it's literally just hopium. You might as well say, hey, libertarians vote for us, we would have won.
Yeah.
Hey, we got the non-voters vote for us, we would have won. You might as well just say any scenario, because that's how far away I am from you. But let's go by their claim that somehow the Democratic Party is the left party, the Green Party the left party, so the left party must support the bigger left party. That's the dumb mindset they actually presenting. But let's go along with it, because we can go either way, CJ. Let's say the Green Party left, let's say the Democratic Party left. Just go on, just accept this dumb premise. So since the Green Party is the left party, all the Green Party votes should go to Democrat, right?
Right.
You want to know what party is 3 times bigger than the Green Party? The right-wing post-duopoly party, the Libertarians. Mm-hmm. The Libertarian Party is 3 times bigger than the Green Party. So if, based on your premise, if the smaller right-wing party had to vote for the bigger right-wing party, the Libertarian vote for the Republicans, you guys know Donald Trump wins by a larger margin if you take Trump. So why does it go one way? Why does it go one way? But why does this fantasy, like this is political fan fiction? Like, oh, if only we took deep votes, if we had more votes, we would have won. Yeah, if only if only your favorite football team scored more points than the opposing team, they would win. It's ridiculous logic. Anyway, we're only 9 seconds in, and these people are Obama speechwriters, guys. These are considered the big thinkers among the accepted managerial class. We're the dumb. We're the dum-dums. We're the college dropouts, uneducated, poor audio and production quality, working class scumbags. Meanwhile, we can run circles around these elite establishment educated morons. What did that say? It says that we have no meritocracy. But anyway, let's continue because we're only 9 seconds in. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's hard. So I'm gonna replay the 9 seconds and then let it play. Just let me know. Yeah, I can't see you. Let me know if you want to stop it.
If the people who voted for Jill Stein, just Jill Stein, in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania had voted for Hillary instead, Donald Trump would have never become president. That's it, right? And so, I'm sure there's a lot of Cornell West fans out there. You live in a swing state, you vote for Cornell West, you're helping Trump become president.
This is so. That's what I'm getting to. You just jumped to where I'm getting to. Is like, what is that? They're saying it as if like, yeah, there it is, mic drop. What is your point? Joe Biden and Donald Trump are the same. Either one get in does what? Like, this is such not a talking point anymore. You know why, Nick? We've lived through a Joe Biden presidency and we've lived through a Donald Trump presidency. And you can unequivocally say that the Joe Biden presidency is much more damaging. We got higher inflation. We're marching to 2 wars with China and Russia. Like, this is the police state funding. War funding is up. Like, what are they talking about? More deportations. I can keep going. Like, more deportations. ICE funding. It is considerably worse under Biden administration. So what does that mean? Oh, you're electing Trump. Okay. And what? What's the difference here? Go ahead.
Yeah. And for the life of me, I will never understand how this talking point ever worked. As someone who's been a third-party voter since 2016, I have no idea how this shit ever worked. So, do you guys understand, as a third-party voter, as a third-party activist, we want to be blamed for the election The idea that you're Howie Hawkins, you're a moron like Howie Hawkins who supports third parties, but you don't want to be the reason why Democrats lose? You guys understand, as third party activists, us having the ability to be kingmaker is the ultimate flex and demonstration of political power. We want that. So if we are the reasons why the Democrats lose, good, then maybe you should chase our votes. Maybe we have an opportunity to form a coalition where people can join a like-minded organization that have the power to become kingsmakers. Once you have an organization that is consistently costing one of the major political parties of this nation, that's when the real game begins. We never got there yet. You guys feel like we haven't got there in the modern era. We never got there. And we uncovered this after this video. Dr. Cornel West is there. When you hit 5 to 6%, 5 to 6% makes you the kingmaker. And then, remember, Americans are bandwagoners. So you want to know when they want to join you? Remember what Crystal Ball said? When you got to win. So once you got the powerful political force, and then you the kingmaker, then people going to join your side. They're going to look at these motherfuckers, get demands. Look at these motherfuckers doing the goddamn thing. Then the rest of the people that jump on. And then we all know what the science says. The science says once you get 5% of the country engaged, you're ready for massive social change. Let alone 15. Maybe we got 15% on a third party. They kick us off a debate stage. The science say we will win at that point. Anyway, I'll let the video continue. There's a lot of breakdown on this.
So Aaron, I just thought of something. Aaron, when you clip this, maybe it could be something like, we don't care if voting for Cornel West elects Donald Trump. Maybe like the piss liberals off.
Aaron's good.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. But all right, let's finish the clip. I'm gonna back it up for context just so we can hear the whole thing. Let's play.
Yeah, if the people who voted for Jill Stein, just Jill Stein in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania had voted for Hillary instead, Donald Trump would have never become president. That's it, right? And so, I'm sure there's a lot of Cornel West fans out there. You live in a swing state, you vote for Cornel West, you're helping Trump become president. Okay. That's it. And you can say, oh, well, it's Joe Biden's fault. He did this or that. No. It's your decision. You get to decide whether you want to help Donald Trump become president or you don't. And if you want to help him, then you should vote for Cornel West, or you should vote for Joe Manchin and his no labels ticket, or you can vote for, RFK Jr. if he decides to run third party. But if you don't want to help Trump become president, you got to vote for Joe Biden.
Nah.
That's it. Very simple. Now, I think messaging to voters who might actually make this decision is probably a little different, I would say, because
No, chastising works.
Oh my God.
It's a joke to them. But it is a little different because I think he was getting down a path of saying, like, the messaging does have to be a little bit different because a person who would vote for Cornel West is slightly different than the person who would vote for Dr. Jill Stein.
Who's the clown that interrupted? Because as horrible as the first guy's take was, he was about to bring him back around to something that makes sense for his liberal logic.
Yeah.
Because y'all know you about to get on this point too, because he about to say, yeah, I said the quiet part out loud right now, because we hanging among ourselves. We're boys, right? We all part of the same class here. But when you talk to the workers, you gotta ease into this shit. That's the point he was about to make, which was actually not a bad point coming from his point of view. Then
right.
dumb moron comes in and says, no, I want this clip to be as horrible as possible. I don't want it to be any caveat. I want this to be black and white. I want to make this analysis as dumb as humanly possible. So play that part again. This guy actually, the guy in the white shirt tries to make the clip less unbearable, but the other guy wasn't having it. So go back like 10 seconds.
Yeah, but his laughter speaks to how they enjoy.
Yeah, for sure.
Like tearing down the workers for wanting to exercise their democratic right of picking whoever they want.
They know they bullshitting them too. Like it's a game. And like, just remember we talking about how they celebrated propaganda.
Yes.
They theorizing how can we trick these dumb workers to fall for this shit? How do we support? How do we trick the workers to support a guy who took COVID funds and sent it to the police? How do we trick people who are progressive minded to support a guy who funded ICE more than Donald Trump? It's a game to them. Like, can we trick these dumb dumbs? And he just say, oh no, we just We should just shame him. He laughs. He's a part of the club. But anyway, let's continue. It's unbelievably fascinating on a class analysis. Like this, I didn't watch the whole clip. I'm glad we watched. I didn't see this part. Like this, this is actually a very interesting class analysis video. Like this is a good case study. Not no puns intended. Case study could be, but this is a good case study into Marxist analysis. Like they know what class they are. They know the role in the class war. And now when they are safe among their own crowd, they are theorizing and having conversations on how they can wage a class war. Very interesting. But anyway, let's continue. We can let it finish.
But I want to say this: those that caved last time and voted for Trump.
Yeah.
I remember people were literally like, "Oh, I can't believe it," having nervous breakdowns. I'm gonna have to vote for him because that was the point where the propaganda they were hearing about another Trump presidency was just too much.
I'll be embarrassed.
I'm gonna vote for him. But I hope some of you are watching now to hear what they think about you. Look what they think about you. They're saying, they're laughing. It works anyway. Like, listen, this is about your freedom and who you want to vote for. They're laughing about persuading you to vote for a clown. So let's listen.
Now, I think messaging to voters who might actually make this decision is probably a little different, I would say, because
No, chastising works.
Yeah. Like, I do think you need to explain why these candidates would not be good candidates for president. I really do, because I think we could get tripped up in that, because I think
and how are you going to say that about Cornel West? How would you say how would the messaging be, John? I think his name is John. How would the messaging be, John, that these other candidates, and we're talking about Cornel West in our case, how would the messaging be that he can't be president or he's not prepared? Like, is that a joke? You mean the Harvard professor, the Princeton professor? Like, you talking about that guy? Like, is that a joke? Like maybe Marianne Williamson, but Cornel West, how exactly are you going to do that? Maybe he gives it away. Let's listen.
If you are one of these voters and you hear a bunch of people yelling at you to vote for Joe Biden and because you have to, I don't think it's going to be very effective. And I think you have to say why RFK Jr. is not a good choice, why Cornel West is not a good choice, why Joe Manchin or whoever it may be is not a good choice. So that is something that I think Democrats are going to have to figure out in the next year. Finally.
Ooh, they're fucked. If that's their goal, is that what they have to do? Man, they're fucked.
And I think I think they know this, and maybe not this particular show, but collectively, they know messaging against Cornel West, who we've had on our shows, literally CNN, Anderson Cooper had Cornel West on the show all the time. Don Lemon had it on the show all the time, especially with the stuff with George Floyd. Always brought him on and gave him respect. They weren't calling him crazy at that time. Nothing like that. They gave him respect. How exactly is that messaging going to go against Cornel West? What are you going to say? You can invite him on and try to rile him up, and he's going to run circles around you in logic.